ಹಾಯ್ ಹಲೋ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಲ್ಮೆಯ SSLC ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಹಿಂದಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ SSLC ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, sociology, geography, economics, business study. From these part only, which are the questions, what are the answers for those questions ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ we are going to get the more information. So let's come to the SSLC most expected 3 marks questions with answers. Here is the sociology part, 3 marks question from the lesson social stratification. How does gender discrimination take place? Our social perspectives are interdependent. Means one person's thoughts are influenced by others' thoughts. Such influences an individual are maybe due to the thoughts of the family members or from the neighbors. Hence, the motivational issues supporting education of a body or a girl has more in the social sphere of human life. There is more gender-based inequality in access to school education, food and health facilities. So these are the points for the question answer. The next question, explain the article of our Indian Constitution which states equality in education. Answer, Article 21A says free and compulsory education to all. Education is a fundamental right of the children. The Article 19 says that right to speak and right to express one's own opinion is the fundamental right. Article 29 provides for the protection of cultural rights of the minorities. Article 30 provides for the establishment of minority educational institutions. Article 45 says all children under 14 years should be provided with free and compulsory education. Article 46 clearly express that it is the duty of the government to support the education interest of scheduled caste and tribes. Let's move on to next question. What are the features of social stratification? The stratification is based on the social recognition. It is based on his education, income, profession, skill and other social traits. Social stratification is universal. The social stratification is in existence since the birth of human society. The social stratification exists in different names in different areas. Next question, list out the major forms of social stratification. Primitive society, slavery, estate system, varna system, caste system. The next question, how is untouchability a social evil? Discuss. Untouchables were never considered as humans. The untouchables occupy the lowest position in the strata of caste-based society. They were not allowed to touch well, tanks and cemetery used by the touchable. Untouchables were kept out of the education for many centuries. Untouchables were not allowed to own any property. Denial of political participation rights. The next question, what are the constitutional and legal measures undertaken to eradicate untouchability. The Article 17 of Constitution Untouchability Crime Act 1955, Civil Rights Protection Act 1976, Universal Rights to Vote and Participate in Election, Reservation in Education and Employment Special Responsibility for State Government in 1989. And the next lesson, labor. Here is the question. What are the differences between organized and unorganized workers? Answer. Organized workers and unorganized workers work in organized sectors. They have fixed wages, they have fixed time for work, they have medical facilities. But in unorganized sector, they do not have fixed wages, they do not know fixed time for work, they do not have medical facility. What are the challenges or problems faced by unorganized sectors workers? Migration, social insecurity, child labor is more here, physical and mental exploitation, the minimum wages in this sector, the laborers won't receive any medical benefit or overtime benefit, they do not get any paid leaves, they do not have fixed work schedule, no housing, health, water, food, drinking water, equal opportunity to work and others. The next question. Explain about the discrimination in labor. In India, men are paid more for their work than women. Even though such discrimination is less in government sector, inequality is evident in the stratified work. In agricultural sector, unequal division of labor is based on sex, age and capabilities. There is a lot of discrimination between educated and uneducated. There is a lot of discrimination in primitive sector also. The inequality in society is based on gender, class, income, reason and religion. So that is the part of the sociology. Let's move on to the part of geography. Geography, 3 marks question. The lesson, Indian transport and communication. Here is the question. Explain briefly the importance of transport in India. Transport helps in development of all factors like primary sector, the secondary sector and the tertiary sector. Transport and communications are the nerves of our system. Transport helps to develop resources, agriculture, promotes industrial progress, widen the market, increases internal and external trade, provides employment, raises the income and standard of living of the people, encourages tourism and helps defense. What is the role of road transport in economic development of India? They play a vital role in the economic growth of nation. It helps in the development of agriculture and village industries. Roads are very convenient to connect isolated villages. Roads can be constructed in forests and hilly regions. They connect remote places with towns and cities, provide a door-to-door service. They are the feeders to railways, seaports and airports. They play a very important role in tourism, trade and commerce and industries. They create employment opportunities. Roads are most useful for defense, especially the border areas. What are the types of roads on the basis of construction and maintenance? Under the golden quadrilateral and superhighways, national highways, state highways, district roads, village roads. Explain the importance of railway transport. They carry heavy goods and large number of passengers. Railway helps in transportation of a long distance. They help in development of agriculture, industry and economy of India. They help to expand trade and tourism. Next question. What is the importance of communication? Communication helps in quick transmission of ideas, information. Communication helps in creating awareness among the people about government policies and programs of development. It enables us to know about natural hazards and disasters, weather forecasting, etc. It helps in the progress of trade, industry, agriculture, etc. It provides entertainment, day-to-day information of the world, helps to maintain unity and integrity of the country. Make a list of major ports in India, ports on west coast, ports on east coast. Answer: Kandla, Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, it is also called Navaseva, Marmagova, New Mangaluru, Kochi, Tuticorin, Chennai, Ennore, Vishakhapatnam, Paradeep, Haldeep, Kolkata, Port Blair. What are the different types of communication? Modes of communication, among that personal, like letters, post, telephone, telegram, fax, email, internet, seminar, conferences, etc. are considered as the personal communications. Mass communications like newspaper, radio, television, magazines and books are come under mass media. So next lesson, Indian industries. Here is the question. Write the importance of industries in India. Even this question also can be asked like this. Explain how the industries help in economic development of a country. They reduces depend upon primary products. They reduce imported goods. Increasing export helps to increase the national income, increase the per capita income, to earn foreign exchange, creates job opportunities, helps to growth of GDP. They help to reduce the pressure on agriculture. Next question. What are the factors influences on location of industries? Even this question also can be asked like this. Mention the factors essential for the establishment of industries. Availability of land at low price, supply of raw materials, supply of power and energy resources, transport and communication facilities, technology, good market facilities, availability of capital, availability of labor, water supply, ideal climate, government policies. Next question. List out the major industrial regions of India. There are 8 major industrial regions in India. The Hooghly, Kolkata region, the Mumbai, Pune region, Ahmedabad, Vadodara region, the Madurai, Coimbatore region, the Chota Nagpur Plateau region, the Delhi, Meerut region, Vishakhapatnam, Guntur region, Kollam, Thiruvananthapuram region. List out the private and public sector iron and steel plants in India. There are 14 integrated iron and steel plants in India. Among that, private sector plants, the Tata Iron and Steel Company. It is called as TISCO, Jamshedpur in Jharkhand. Jindal Vijayanagara Steel Limited, JVSL at Torangallu, Bellary in Karnataka. Ispart Iron and Steel Limited at Dalvi, Ratnagiri in Maharashtra. Debrai Steel Plant at Gopalpur in Odisha. Public sector, Indian Iron and Steel Company. It is called as ISCO at Burnpur in West Bengal. Vishveshwaraya Iron and Steel Limited, VISL at Bhadravati in Karnataka. Hindustan Steel Limited at Bhilai, Durg district in Chhattisgarh. Hindustan Limited at Rourkela, Sundargarh in Odisha. Hindustan Steel Limited at Durgapur in West Bengal. Bokaro Steel Plant at Bokaro in Jharkhand. The Salem Steel Plant at Salem in Tamil Nadu. The Vishakhapatnam Steel Plant VSP at Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Daiत्री Steel Plant at Daiत्री near Paradeep in Odisha. Tata Steel Plant at Kalinagar in Odisha. Kaliganagar in Odisha. What are the factors of location of iron and steel industries? Are mention the basic needs of establishment of iron and steel industries. Supply of basic raw materials of iron ore, energy resources like cooking oil, power supply, tidal power, transportation facilities, roads, railways and seaports, good water supply, cheap laborers, capital, good marketing facility, technology, government policies. What are the advantages of aluminium? Aluminium is the most important iron non-ferrous metal. It is used in manufacturing of aeroplanes, automobiles, railways, ships, household appliances, electrical cables. Its foils are used as packing materials for paint industry, etc. It is a good substitute for steel and copper. What are the main factors for the location of sugar industry? Supply of sugar cane, which is main raw material. Cheap and efficient transport facilities. Government encouragement. Market and capital are the main factors for the location of sugar industry. Write the importance of knowledge based industry in India. Knowledge based industry is a powerful tool of socio-economic change. It is providing jobs. It develops the foreign trade. Software has become an important item of export in India. Earns a large number of foreign exchange for the country. Next lesson, Indian natural disasters. What are natural disasters? Mention their major effects. Tropical cyclones causes loss of life and property, damage to buildings, transports and communication system, disturbed water supply, destroy crops, vegetation, animals, etc. Next question, what are the primitive measures for cyclones? People can pay heed to the warnings. People should keep touch with radio, television and other communicatively lines. Opening temporary shelters. Cyclone proof structures can be constructed. Growing mangrove forests along the coast. Other deep rooted trees can be grown along the coastline for controlled soil erosion. People should shift to safe zones. Mention the causes for floods. Floods were caused by both natural and man-made factors. Among that, natural factors: heavy rainfall, melting of snow, tropical cyclones, cloud burst, blockage of the free flow of river water, filled silty river beds. Man-made factors: deforestation, faulty irrigation practice, party agriculture practice, breaching of beverages, rapid urbanization, mining. And the fourth question, how do we control floods? Afforestation in the catchment areas, construction of dams across the rivers, construction of bunds, storing water and use of irrigation, construction of embankments for protection against the inundation of the inhabited areas, and agricultural land establish warning boards shifting people to safe zones. What are the effects of landslides? Blocking of roads, blocking of railways, burning of human settlements, loss of life, loss of property. It destroys forest. Next question. What are the causes for earthquakes? A violent vibration in the earth's crust, plate movement, volcanic eruption, faulting and folding of rocks, landslides, collapse of underground cave roof, hydrostatic pressure of man-made water body, lake, reservoir, mining and digging of earth, rigging of tube wells, construction of multi-story buildings. What are the effects of earthquakes? Cracking of ground surface, damage of buildings, destruction of railways and roadways, destruction of power lines, damage to bridges and dams, loss of human life, landslides, diversion of rivers, destruction of forests caused to fire accidents. Next question. Mention the precautionary measures to be taken to reduce the effects of earthquakes. Restricting construction of multi-stored buildings, restricting construction of large dams, restricting underground mining, restricting urban growth, stop deforestation, stop calling activities, build earthquake resistant houses. So that's it about geography. And next, economics. 3 marks question from the lesson rural development. What are the essential steps for rural development? Or what are the steps you would suggest for rural development? Human resource development, women literacy, education and skills development, sanitation and public health improvement, land improvement, development of local productive resources, infrastructure development, specific plans for poverty alleviation. The next question. Explain briefly the importance of rural development. Or the question can also be asked like this. How do you say rural development is conducive to the development of country? Development of agriculture and non-agricultural sectors, higher agricultural income, increased demand for industrial goods and services, higher job creation, higher productivity due to education and skills, national product increase, agricultural processing, development of small industries, the reduction of poverty. Address Gandhiji's idea of Gram Swaraj in the context of decentralization. Decentralization is the responsibility of the village administration and the responsibility of development. This will increase people's participation in decision making. It is a process of grassroots planning and development. This is what Gandhiji called the Gram Swarajya. Decentralization prevents all forms of exploitation, protects human freedom and dignity, enhances humanitarian values such as compassion and cooperation. What are the main features of Panchayat Raj system in India? 3-tier Panchayat system, direct and regular elections, restriction for various categories, financial, administrative, etc. responsibilities, issues of task manager and other staff, bundle measures for dissolution of the Panchayat, compulsory election within 6 months of dissolution. The next question, what is the role of Panchayati Raj institutions in rural development? Providing infrastructure, basic amenities, providing employment opportunities, extension of irrigation to agriculture, encouraging home industries, alleviating poverty, unemployment, enriching rural culture, providing government facilities to the eligible. The Gram Sabha is the most important organization in the Gram Panchayat Justify. All voters of the village are the members of Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha should be held at least once in 6 months. All development need and problems will be discussed here. There will be discussion of development plans, preparing local plans, action plans related to village development will be assessed. What is the role of women's self-help organization in women's organization and financial self-reliance? Answer, empowerment of rural women, economic self-reliance of rural women, incentive for saving among rural women, lending to productive activity, controlling the damages of drinking and gambling, eradication of social ills such as child marriage, caste system. That is the part of the economics. So let's move on to business studies, 3 marks question from the lesson banking transactions. Here is the question, list out the characteristics of relating to bank transactions. Dealing with money, individual, a firm, company, accepting deposits, lending loans, payment and withdrawal, agency and utility services, profit and service orientation, ever in increasing functions, connecting link, banking business, name, identity. The next question, what are the functions of a bank? Or what are the services offered by banks? Or what are the uses of opening a bank account? Accepting deposits from public and others, lending money to public, loans and other institutions, transferring money from one place to another, remittances, collecting money on checks, drafts and bills, discounting of bills, hiring safe deposit lockers, conducting foreign exchange transactions, keeping valuable in safe custody, issuing letters of credit and guarantee, conducting government transactions, state and central. The next question, mention the financial services already provided by the Postal Department. Post Office Savings Bank, issue of National Savings Certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposits, postal life insurance, pension payments, money transfer, etc. Mention the types of banks. Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India, commercial banks, industrial development banks, land development banks, indigenous banks, money lenders are sahukars, cooperative banks. The next question, what are the procedures to be open a bank account? Decide the type of account which you want to open, approach the bank of your choice and meet its office, fill up the bank account form and or proposal form, give reference for opening your bank account, submit the bank account form duly filled. The officer will verify all the particulars submitted, initial deposits. So that's it about today's session. I hope you have understood till now what we have discussed. In case if you are having any doubts, you can comment in the comment box. I will solve your doubts. And I will come back with the next video with 4 marks questions. Until, keep watching my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.